All right, I decided to pull the plug on the recording for part one because I could just see that this might take a little longer than 3.5 minutes. I think that's what about I had left. So, anyways, again, piggybacking the pre-lesson, domain is what causes the denominator to equal 0. So, if we looked at that and we said, all right, domain, denominator, that takes your focus to there and only there. Because we'd look at this and we'd realize, hey, it is impossible to have like anything over 0. This is undefined, no solution, can't happen. So the question is, what value for y can't happen? Well, y can't equal 4. See, that is the domain of the expression right here. Now, the zeros are connected to this truth that we learned in the pre-lesson. 0 over some number is exactly 0. So when you see find the zeros, you're looking at what causes the numerator to equal 0, question mark, question mark. And so if we look at this and make it pink, we're looking at the numerator. Well, this is so easy, it's hard. What would cause that to be a 0? Well, y equals 0. That is our 0. All right. Well, let's go on to example 8 here. Before we even get started, you got to factor the numerator. So I take a y out. I'm left with y squared plus 3. And then, oh, whoops. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. And you know what? I think I'm going to tweak this. I'm going to make this squared. I think that might have been a typo. That's why I was hesitating. Okay, but we still need to factor it. What would be left? Y plus 3. Now, if we factor the denominator, that's a difference of 2 squares. You guys should be getting good at those. Y minus 4, y plus 4. And so now we're going to first look at the domain by looking at the denominator. And we're going to say, hey, what would cause the denominator to be a 0? Y equals 4 and y equals negative 4. These are the things that y can't equal, and that's the domain. So the domain is what y can't equal. What are the zeros? Remember, then you're going to look at the numerator or the top. And so I'm going to color that pink. We got to look at the top. And we have two things that could cause zeros in the numerator. What plus 3 would be 0? Negative 3. Or what would cause that to be 0? Just a 0. All right. Last one. Again, we have to obey some instructions first. We got to look out for those negative exponents and obey that right away. So this would be 2x squared plus 5x minus 3 all over x cubed minus 4x. Again, when you get a mess like this, you got to factor it. So I'm not going to bore you with the long method of doing it. I'm just going to get you right to where you need to be. That would factor into this after you do the rainbow and do your whole thing and factor by grouping. But as you can see, you can do them in your head after you've done 10,000 of them. This one, take an x out. You'd be left with x squared minus 4, which continues to be x times x minus 2, x plus 2. So I'm not going to worry about that. So domain means look at the denominator. So what could possibly cause problems? Well, x cannot equal 0. X cannot equal 2. And from here, x cannot equal negative 2 because that would cause mathematical issues. You can't have a 0 in the denominator. Well, where would I get my zeros from? That comes from the top. So, start with the easy one. What plus 3 is 0? Negative 3. How about this one? Well, let's do the trick. Take the opposite of that, 1. Divide by that, 2. These would cause this expression to equal 0, these would cause the expression to be mathematically impossible. That's why we say it can't equal, can't equal, can't equal. And there you have it.